It's the 8 for 52 podcast, driven by Cricket Hong Kong China, proudly supported by Cricbuzz. Yes, it's the brand new 8 for 52 podcast, driven by Cricket Hong Kong China, proudly supported by Cricbuzz. Buschy with you for Season 3. Lots of new things. Obviously, if you're watching on Cricket Hong Kong China YouTube, you know we now have moving pitches. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you could also go across and have a look at the vodcast. Lots of new things coming up. We've got 2 new co-hosts for this season coming up for the results and upcoming segments. Atif Hussain will drop by and give us his expert opinion. Then we've got a brand new segment called Cricbuzz Quiz, where Jazz will drop by, ask you some questions, and you could win a signed bat from the Hong Kong Sixers. She's also taking over Buschy's birthday bonanza. It's no longer obviously Buschy's birthday bonanza. It's birthday bonanza by Jazz. She'll run through all the birthdays for September. What else have we got on the show? Oh, we've changed my story. That's now become In the Dugout, where we'll talk to people around cricket in Hong Kong. This week, a special guest, the man that got this vodcast up and running. It is the Chief Operating Officer of Cricket Hong Kong China, Ravi Nagdev. He's going to talk lots of things. Hong Kong Sixers, Asia Cup. We're going to talk about the fact that Cricbuzz are now supporting this podcast. Also talk about how the fact that we've changed scoring systems this season here in Hong Kong. We've moved to Cric Clubs. And just before we move on, I thought we should have a look at my Cric Club's career. There it is to my right. 3 matches, 3 runs, 3 wickets. I'm retiring on that. It's a perfect symmetry, 3-3-3, and I am done. Now, just recently, we did the Cricket Hong Kong China Awards night, and for the juniors during the day. We're going to announce some of the winners here as well. The International Cricketers of the Year, of course, Anshi Rath, who's over there in Dubai, and for the women, Mariko Hill. There's a picture of her taking her award. And the Cricketers of the Year, Wakas Bakat and Mariam Bibi. We've also got a new segment coming up right now. It's called Spill the Beans. What goss does Buschy have up his sleeve this week? Find out as he spills the beans. Yeah, Spill the Beans, a new segment here on the 8 for 52 podcast where I give you some of the goss I've heard around the traps here in Hong Kong. We're going to start episode 1 and give you the off-season transfers. The big ones, the small ones, we'll let you know who's moved where and how. Of course, the biggest one to start with, it's the Hyatts, Farhad and Baba Hyatt leaving Kowloon Cricket Club and moving to USRC. Sheria Saeed's moving from PAC to USRC. Mohammed Awais from USRC to PAC. And a quick here in Hong Kong I really like. Rutvik Nalor is moving from HKU to Kowloon Cricket Club. Hamza Jawaid back to KCC from USRC. Hassan Khan from USRC to KCC. 3 in a row there for Kowloon Cricket Club. Maroof Hussain from USRC is moving to PAC. Hamid Khan from USRC to KCC. Christopher Williams is going from Craigengower to Kai-Tak. Connor Hickey going down the hill from HKCC to Craigengower. Chandan Singh from the Punjab Lions to Kowloon Cricket Club. Hong Kong's Bumrah. It's Sachin Mittal going from India Club to HKU. And finally, the only female transfer over the off-season, Nayab Riaz is moving from India Club to Link. So there we have it. These are the big transfers of the season. We're going to now talk a bit about the season coming up. We're going to have a look at last weekend's results. Let's have a look at all the weekend results from around Hong Kong. Yes, one of the favourite segments of the old podcast, now on the vodcast and podcast, it's the results from last weekend here in Hong Kong. We're going to run through all the games. There was 8 games played in the first weekend, and joining us for his expert opinion on the couch, Atif Hussain. Hello, Atif.
Hi, Buschy. I'm excited to be with you here.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for joining me on the couch, now on the vodcast. Thanks to... what is it, Cricbuzz and also Cricket Hong Kong China.
Cricket Hong Kong China, yes.
Now I get a couch to do the vodcast and podcast on. Exciting. Right, let's start with the Sunday Div 1 games from last weekend in the middle of a typhoon.
Well, there were 2 games and both washed out. Firstly, there was a game at Mission Road between India Club and Pakistan Association.
We were talking to a few of the PAC players before that game on the Saturday, I believe. They were a little nervous about that game. India Club now up in Div 1. They had 6 players missing, of course, over in the Asia Cup.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to play the game, but at the same time, I mean, they were really worried that they are short of players because around 6 of their players, including Harun, who is injured now, 5 of them are at international duty. So Pakistan club maybe they got out of the jail here.
They take the point. They'll be happy with that one. The other game, they tried hard to get this game on. There was some play, but it was still abandoned in the end. The derby up at HKCC.
Yeah, the Scops were playing the Wanderers.
Wanderers new up into Div 1, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so it was the big boys against the new boys.
Yes, they started the game. They tried. The umpires definitely tried, but I think the weather was too strong for the game to continue.
Somehow, though, there was a Sunday Div 2 game. Now, how did that happen? I mean, it was DLS'd in the end, but they did get a game on. It was USRC Vagabonds, who dropped down to Div 2 this season, up against the SLCC Lions.
Yes, the game somehow got played. I think just because the ground was different. I think the drainage was better there, and the rain was on the Hong Kong Island most of the times. But the game did happen, but eventually the rain curtailed that game as well.
Well, there's some big numbers in that game. Only a 31 over for Vagabonds. Iftikhar getting an 84, Bhavik getting a 75. And on the bowling side, right in the first episode, I get one of the longest names possible, Takshila Samadhi, getting a 5-for off 2 overs, 5 for 5.
Yes, and I have not seen him play, to be very honest.
No,
I mean,
it's
this
first
is
time I've
the
seen that
new
name.
name as well, yeah. For me as well, I mean, for Sri Lanka. So, looks exciting for them. They've got some youngsters playing for them as well, so looks nice.
A few runs, Usman and Pereira getting some runs, and they shared the wickets there, USRC Vagabonds, Muhammad Erag Kamal and Muhammad Jafar both getting a 2-for. Let's move on to Saturday Div 1, and we're going to start with the Pack Rising Stars back up into Div 1 against the HKCC Gap Ramblers.
Yes, so that game was pretty much one-sided, won by Pakistan Rising Star. Again, on the back of Hafiz Khan's performance. He was the Saturday Player of the Year last year.
I didn't mention it in the GOS, in the Spill the Beans, but Hafiz has an exemption this season. He's the only one, is that correct?
There are a couple of others as well, but he's one of the major names who is exempted to play Saturday as well as the Premier League cricket.
Well, that's terrifying for Saturday Championship Div 1 and Div 2 maybe. Veer Mata getting a 3-for 56, Hafiz with a 70. The Gap Ramblers needing 242 for victory. They were all out in 28.
They were. And there was a very notable performance from a Pakistan Rising Star bowler, Variam Mohammad. He's very quickish arm action, and he bowls offies, straight ones, and he took a 5-for.
That's the second game in a row. We've got a 5-for on the first weekend of cricket. Fantastic news. Let's also stay in Saturday Championship Div 1. USRC Lions up against CCC Jing Sung, who always give me a hard time if I don't tip them. The Lions, well, they struggled. They all out in 96.
Well, I don't know. I was at the ground for some time watching this game as well. And there was a weather problem as well. It was way too hot and they were all cramping up as well. And I saw Iftikhar batted. He was batting alone as a lone warrior. And but CCC Jingson were on top of their game, and they literally killed this game with their bowling. Yeah,
it looks like Anton had a big game. He got a 3 for 20, bowling the Lions out for 96, and then going out there and smashing a 44 or 56. The Jinsung winning by 8 wickets. Moving to another Saturday Championship Div 1 game. This one was broadcast live on KCC YouTube. The Tartars, who really struggled last year, up against Lama Cricket Club, who are always dangerous. This was a cracking game.
It was. I watched some of it on KCC's YouTube page, and some of the batting was exquisite, especially from the youngster, Shal Shah.
Yeah, he's a superstar back in Hong Kong last season and showing what he's worth. An 83 off 64. That team was in a lot of trouble. When the broadcast actually got up and running, I think the Tartars were 4 for 40 when I started watching, and I went, oh, this is a normal Tartars game from last year. But of course, they've got a massive in this season. Mo Khan's come across, no longer playing Sunday, playing Saturday for the Tartars, and he combined with Shale for a big partnership. 271 for 9 in 35. That's a big score, but not a massive score at KCC. And Lama, well, they gave it a shake.
They certainly did. I mean, they just lost by 11 runs, which is commendable, because when you have 270 runs in 35 overs on the board, mentally you are not really up for it, but Lama certainly were.
Yeah, Chris Ryan, of course, still in great form, a 66 off 49, falling 11 runs short there, Lama. Let's move to Saturday Championship Div 2. Tiff, we'll start with Kaitak versus HKU. Kaitak putting on 150 for 8 in 35. So that's not a bad score. I'm not sure where this game was played, but 150.
I think GDB it was.
Yeah, 150 for 8. You'd think that's probably not enough for a Saturday Championship Div 2. But it was.
It was, because HKU's batters didn't show up. Other than Yakzan Rajan, the squat master literally goes to the ground before playing a ball, squatting down. And he scored 42 runs. Other than him, there was not much from HKU side.
Well, we do have to mention one person. The person that was sitting in your seat last season, Natesh Hamlani, with a 2 for 23 there. But not enough. HKU falling 18 runs short in the end. And the win for Kaitak, moving to Centaurs versus Diaspora Little Saiwan Thunder. The Centaurs were pretty awful last season, and it doesn't look like much has changed starting in the first week this season.
Doesn't look like it, to be very honest. I mean, they lost the game pretty much with their batting in the first innings, where they only mustered 94 runs and in 25 overs, and were all out. So only Brendan was the top scorer, who's scored 22 runs. Other than that, there was nothing notable.
There was a 4 for, though, for Diaspora Little Saiwan Thunder. Chaitana getting a 4 for 15 or 4.5. Yeah, easy pickings for the Thunder, chasing it down in just 14 overs, 95 for 3. Top score. Which Muhammad would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muhammad getting a 44 off 30. Vivek with a 10. That's all they needed, really, winning by 7 wickets. Now, Atif, not only was the first weekend of games here in Hong Kong, what's going on over in the UAE?
There's a lot going on in UAE. Hong Kong is playing their first Asia Cup game on Tuesday.
Yeah, and the 5th time representing. Now, we're recording this a bit earlier because that's how these things work. We have to, polish it up and put it up and do the editing. So we don't know the results of the first 2 games. They're playing Afghanistan first and then they play Bangladesh. But I do have a special reporter who will know all the results from those 2 games. And I think we've got him on the line now. Can we throw now to future Buschy?
Yeah, thanks, Buschy. Yes, here we are with the results from the Asia Cup. 2 games played already for Hong Kong, China. First up, we've met Afghanistan, who put on 188 runs. That's a big score. We only managed half that, unfortunately, 94 for 9. Top score from Bubba, but it wasn't enough. In game 2, really needed to win if we wanted to go through to the next round. It was up against Bangladesh. We put on 143 batting first, Nazakat with a top score, but that also wasn't going to be enough. And Bangladesh chasing it down, losing only 3 wickets in the 18th over. Don't think we're going through to the next round. There's still 1 game left, of course. On Monday, we'll take on Sri Lanka. Make sure you tune in from 10:30 p.m. We'll all be watching that one. Righto, back to you, Buschy.
Well, there you go. Thank you, future Buschy. Update for the Hong Kong team playing over there in the UAE. He's a wise man, future Buschy. So that's what's going on over there. We've done the games from this week, but you know what? We've got plenty of games coming up very shortly. We'll check them all out here with Atif here on the couch.
We will.
More exciting cricket action coming up. Let's check out who plays who next. Yes, we're going to check all of the upcoming games, Atif, and just like it has been on the last 2 seasons of the podcast, you and I are going to tip, and at the end, say next episode, we'll be able to put up the tally board and see who knows their cricket here in Hong Kong better, and I am terrified that you are going to thrash me. You know too much about cricket in Hong Kong. We're going to start with Saturday Div 1 on the 13th. USRC Tuskers. Atif, what is a Tusker?
To be honest, I don't know.
It's a brand new team,
brand new name.
Is it like a warthog? There's like tusks coming out? I don't know.
Elephant tusks? Or
the Tuskers are going to take on the IC Yodders at Mission Road. What are you thinking? I don't know anything. Obviously, we know nothing about the Tuskers.
Exactly why what I'm thinking is what I'm thinking, because I have no idea who's going to play for Tuskers.
And could they do an upset here? Do you think? They could roll the India Club Yodders.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
That's
not happening, first of all. And secondly, we have to wait and watch who plays there and what they are actually capable of. So,
yeah,
I agree. Not going against IC Yodas here.
No, I never do. Let's do a derby up the hill. HKCC Nomads versus the Witherers.
I think I'm going to go with Nomads on this one simply because they won a number of awards last year in the Saturday Championship division. So
that's true. Did both of these teams play Sat Div 1 last season? This is why I need your expert opinion. I am not a Saturday man. This has been pointed out numerous times on this podcast over 2 years. Saturday is not my speciality. I'm a Sunday guy. I think the Witherers didn't go up.
No, they were there. I think they were there.
Right, I'll get my first one wrong, then I'll go with the Witherers. Shall I? There we go. Right, let's move over to KCC on Saturday. This one will be broadcast on KCC YouTube. It's the first time we get to see the Crusaders, and they're up against Diaspora Little Saiwan Sky Warriors.
This is going to be one heck of a game. I think it's going to be very, very, very close.
That's the mixed team from Diaspora Little Saiwan, where there's a couple of Dars and a lot of the Sky Warriors players.
Exactly. And this year, I hear Crusaders have somebody coming down from Premier League.
Yeah, he's given up on Sunday. He doesn't like it. He likes having his Sundays off. Jay Davidson is going to play for the Crusaders. So, I mean, that's a huge opening bowler for the Crusaders. They struggled last year a bit like the Tartars as well. So, look, the Sky Warriors caused plenty of upsets last season, but I am going to pencil in the Crusaders in game one. Since the Tartars did so well anyway, maybe the Crusaders are going to kick this one off.
I think I'm going to go with Sky Warriors on this one. I think Dar's, the big Dar, the Munir Dar, still got it, and I think I'm going to put my money on it. Okay,
there we go. Another one different. Starting well. I don't think we're going to go too different on this one, let's be honest. Saturday Div 2, Centaurs Cricket Club up against Diaspora Little Saiwan Strikers.
To be honest, both teams look similar on the paper, but on the form, I think Strikers edge this one, especially with Mangal Pandey and all those guys playing for them.
I'm telling you right now, until they win a game, the Centaurs are in the never ever been early on. They've only played one game, already in my never ever been. Prove me wrong, Centaurs. I don't think you will in that game. Also, Saturday Div 2, IC All-Stars up against Laguna Gully out at Camp 10.
Going to be a cracker of a game again. And I think this one is All-Stars written all over it, especially the game being at their home ground Kamtin. So
Saturday Division 2, Imran Arif is playing for the All-Stars.
Exactly.
That's cruel and unusual punishment. Laguna Gully are going to have a hard time out at Cam 10, and it's going to be a long bus drive home. All Stars to win that one. Let's move to Sunday, this is on the 14th. We're going to do 2 weeks of, should mention that, 2 weeks, because there's exactly 2 weeks between episodes now. Sunday Elite Div 2. Is that at Mission Road? The Serendip Lions against the HKCC Optimists.
Not much to say here, to be very honest. Both teams will be looking to get their seasons started, but Opties still going to be the favorite to win this one.
Yeah, I'm going to pencil in the Opties as well. Up the hill, why the Opties have to play at Mission Road is because the Scorps are taking on Pack Elite. Pack Elite home game, doesn't matter, it's at HKCC. This one's going to be a very good one.
Certainly is, and I'm definitely going to go to their YouTube page to watch some of the action as well. And the only issue here would be the international players for both teams because they're on Hong Kong duty. So it's still going to be a cracker of a game, though.
Yeah. Home ground advantage, Pack missing 6. I'm going to go with the Scorps. What are you going with?
I think I'm going to go with Park again. I just want to go different from you.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Go on, Scorps. Come on, Pack. At KCC, I will be commentating this game. The first time we see the KCC Templars in action. It's the grudge match with the Hyatts moving across to USRC. Normally it's a Jordan derby anyway, but now there's a bit of feeling in this match.
There certainly is.
No Baba, of course, for USRC, but Farhad, I'm sure will be playing. What do you think? New look Templars, no Jay Davidson, as we just mentioned.
Yes, and new look USRC Elite as well.
Yeah.
Having
Someone got the credit card out. Saw
Someone
all those,
certainly did.
those transfers we talked about in Spill the Beans. It was just USRC after USRC.
Exactly. So in this one, I think the balance is towards Templars, just because it's their home game and it's the first game of the season as well. I think they're going to nudge it.
I could have put it in Spill the Beans, actually, but I've heard he's not obviously available because he's in UAE, but I hear Atik's moving from Infidels to Templars.
Oh, is he?
That's what I've heard. That was some Spill the Beans. So if he might be the replacement for Javen. He's not there, obviously, for this game. I'm still going to go with the Temps at home. We'll get confirmation after the Asia Cup whether Atik, because he's told me categorically on this podcast in previous season that he would never leave the Infidels. It's where he will play the rest of his cricket. So if he's gone to the Temps, I'm going to have some words with the T-Kick Bale. Let's move on now to Women's League. Div 1, 2 and 3 over at PKVR Reservoir on Sunday the 14th. The Craigengower Sunrisers up against the Wasps. This is going to be a good game.
Very good game. Two of the better teams along with HKCC playing this game. And if you are any person who goes and watches women cricket, you would know that this game will be a cracker. And
everyone available as far as we know.
As far
Carrie
as we
will
know.
be playing for the Sunrisers.
Yes, Mariam's playing for Wasps.
Yeah.
I
I mean, the
it's-
Wasps were disappointing across the board really last year, I felt. They didn't perform, especially Premier League, just didn't get it going. But Mariam, by herself, managed to end up being the Women's Cricketer of the Year because she's so talented. She's like, what, 20? 19?
She scored 200s against a couple of teams, and that's what led her team.
I would expect there's going to be a lot of lost balls at the Reservoir for that game. It's going to be some big hitting. In Div 3, the HKCC Diamonds up against Lama Roses.
Yeah, but who are you tipping in that game? Wasps versus Sunrise.
Okay, you're new to this podcast, so
Am I?
you don't know my golden rule. I never, ever tip against the left armour. The Sunrisers every day of the week. So, yeah, I'm going Sunrisers.
Okay. Good to know. Next time I won't be asking this.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm going to go Wasps on
Yeah,
this one.
I figured you would. Diamonds versus Lama Roses, Div 3.
This is going to be a good game. Lama Roses been playing all Filipina domestic helpers. They've really entered this cricket for Cricket Hong Kong for last 3 years, and they've done really, really well. And Lama supporting them is also a big thing. So on this one, I think because HKCC Diamonds are the ones that are their development team. So I think I'm going to go with Lama Roses on this one.
Honestly, I reckon Lama Roses are better than Div 3, so I'm definitely tipping them in.
I think they just missed out.
Yeah, there was the whole rejig, and teams
'Cause
should have gone up, didn't go up.
we had 2 divisions last year. Now we have 3.
So that's Div 3 and Div 2 rounding it out in the afternoon. CCC Fung Wong, runners-up in the Indoor League. You and I were there for that. You weren't there for that. You were
Yeah, I
on
wasn't.
holidays. Your brother was there for that. Up against Link Fireflies, the team I named. I
You
can't
did?
tip against them. I mean, if they were against Sunrisers, I'd have some issues, but they're against Fung Wong. So
yes.
I like the Link Fireflies, and they probably are a Div 1 team as well. So the Fireflies for me.
Yes, I'm banking on Fatima scoring runs on this one as well. So Link 5+ for me as well.
Okay, well, that's next weekend's games. Now we're going to move on to the weekend after that. We'll be putting out another episode, I believe it's September 26th. So we're going to do all the games through next weekend as well. Saturday, September 20th. Saturday, Div 1. It's the Jinsang up against the Yodders.
Yodas and Jingsan. Jingsan just played their game this week, on the first weekend of the September. So and they won that game.
They won it convincingly too.
They won it convincingly as well. So this is going to be a good game.
Trouble is, you just don't know which Jinsang team's going to turn up.
True.
Sometimes all the teams out of town, sometimes they're all here. And it is the Yodders who are so hard. Okay. Listen, Jinsang, I'm talking to you right now. I am going to tip you to win this one against probably the hardest team in the league. Don't let me down. And if you do, you're going to go back in that never ever bin. So Jinsang for me.
I'm on this with Buschy, so I'm doing the same. Jingsan win it.
Okay. Wow. Nobody picking the Yotters. That's a rarity. Let's also move to Div 2, and that's going to be the IRC Charlie Bears Saturday. First time seeing them this season up against the SCC Lancers.
Yes. So Charlie Bears have a good team. They even had the women coach Najib Amar playing for them last year. So
Is he playing this year?
I have no idea, but he was there last year, so he might as well this year as well. They've got a good side though, and Lancers also a good side. But in this game at PKVA Park, which is probably the biggest dimensionally ground in Hong Kong, I would pick Charlie Bears for this one.
Now, Charlie Bears get angry at me if I don't tip them, so I'm going Charlie Bears as well. Let's move to Saturday Div 1 up the hill. Another derby. The Witherers versus the Gap Ramblers.
This is going to be a good game again, and I don't know. You picked Witherers last time. I'm going to pick them this time.
Well, I'm going Gap Ramblers, so there. Gap Ramblers, very good last season, so I'm going to go with the Gap Ramblers. At KCC, a Saturday broadcast, the Saracens for the first time this season. Bottom of the ladder last season, I do believe, in Div 2, up against the Diaspora Little Saiwan Strikers.
Again, well-matched teams. Is Malhar still leading the Saracens, if you know?
I don't know about the Saracens. I do know he's playing Sunday? No, maybe he's gone to the Crusaders, in fact.
Has he?
I believe so. So I don't think Malhar's there at the Saracens. Find out in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, we will. And this game, I don't know. I'm gonna go against Saracens, despite their home advantage. I'm gonna go with Strikers.
I haven't picked the Saracens in a year and a half. I'm not doing it now. Prove me wrong. Again, I'll look down the camera. Saracens win a game, and maybe I'll tip you. Yep, I'm going the Strikers in that one. Also in Div 2, Punjab Lions up against Kaitak at GDB.
The Flying Kaitaks. It's going to be a cracker of a game yet again, and Punjab Lions, having lost Chandan Singh to KCC, he's a medium pacer. He's done well for them. So, but still, I think Punjab Lions are a decent enough team to take this one home.
I'm not so sure. I might go Kaitak. They've already had a win. They know how they've got the winning feeling already this season, so I'll go with Kaitak on that one. Let's get into Sunday and Sunday Elite Division 2. First time seeing the Infidels this season up against the Serendip Lions. They'll be out at Mission Road.
With or without an Atif.
Well, apparently they won't have him at all. Doesn't matter either way. I would have really liked to seen the Infidels game against the Dragons to see what they're like, but that one got rescheduled last weekend, so I missed out seeing what the Infidels were doing. But I'm still going to tip them here. They're going to be a strong team.
Yeah, they are. So
Same. All right, let's go to Sunday Elite Division 1. And it is USRC Elite up against the Hong Kong Cricket Club Wanderers at HKCC.
HKCC
Wanderers. The new checkbook USRC Elite with all their elite players that they've brought in. Still won't have Bubba, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe. When are they back? Don't know.
Depends on the Asia Cup performance.
Okay.
Well, they may be Bubba, maybe here, maybe not here.
We need future Buschy here again to tell me if he's going to be playing. But Farhad will be playing against the Wanderers at home. Look, I'm still salty that the Hyatts have left KCC, so I am going with the Wanderers.
I am confused on this one. I don't know if Bubba's going to be back. Bubba's going to be a massive difference. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go Wanderers again because I'm not sure how USRC is going to line up.
Yeah. They struggled. They were lucky not to get relegated. They sent the Vagabonds down instead. Even with the new players, we'll see how they go. Well, let's move over to PKVR Reservoir for 2 games in the Women's League. And in Division 3, Lama Roses are again in action against SCC Pinay.
2 of the teams that we think are going to compete really well against each other. Both teams formed of domestic helpers, so all friends, but on the field it's going to be different. And I still think John Badilia's got.
Yeah. You can't.
Lama Roses.
You cannot tip against Giant. So Lama Roses for me as well. In Div 1, Lantau Ladies up against HKCC Willow Wilders. Lantau Ladies, does that have Valishba?
They do.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good side.
Yeah, they've got Mahak, they've got Joylene. So they've got a good side. The flip side is HKCC Willow Wilders are a very good side as well.
Well, another rule of the podcast you may not know, which I learnt horribly so many times last season when Tammy was doing the women's section, never tip against Tammy.
Okay.
That was the rule. And I kept tipping against Tammy, and I kept getting the tips wrong. So I can't tip against the Willow Wilders. I will be tipping the Willow Wilders to win this.
Depends what side comes up. I mean, their availability is sometimes an issue as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
even then,
they've got like 20 players, and all of them are good enough to play Willow Wilders. So I can't. It's going to be tough. The Lantau Ladies are good, but the Willow Wilders, I mean, they smashed everyone last season.
I'm going Willow Wilders as well.
Final game for all of these games we're previewing in the upcoming 2 weeks. This one will be broadcast live with commentary by me. It is the KCC Maidens up against CCC Fung Wong. Now KCC Maidens moving down to Div 2 and the second best side sometimes, but not in the indoor. Fung Wong from Craigengow. What do you think?
I'm thinking the teams are very well matched. I mean, I know KCC did struggle last year and they went down to Division 2, but they've got some good players in their side with Yasmin Daswani and Mahina. I don't know who's leading this year, but they've got very good side as well. So it's going to be a very competitive game.
Who are you tipping?
Depends on what form Yasmin is in or if he is back in Hong Kong yet or not. But I'm going to go KCC Maidens.
Excellent. Now I can tell you that Yaz has left KCC and won't be part of that team, and I am picking Fung Wong to win.
She has left KCC for what?
She's in the UK most of the time, so she's playing cricket over there and won't be playing for the Maidens this season.
I'm changing.
You can't change. It's not my fault you didn't do your research. So
Okay.
I'm going Fung Wong. You're going the Maidens. I will be calling that game. It's going to be a cracker. It'll be on KCC YouTube. 21 games coming up in the next 2
You
weeks.
cheeky Buschy.
There we go. It is the upcoming games. Coming up right now, we're going to move into the dugout. We're in the dugout with the who's who of cricket in Hong Kong. It's the 8 for 52 podcast driven by Cricket Hong Kong China. We're in the dugout for the first episode of Season 3. In the dugouts where we're going to interview players and officials, and our guests will come into the dugout. Today, we've got the Chief Operating Officer of Cricket Hong Kong China, Mr. Ravi Nagdev. Ravi, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Aaron. Great to be here.
Well, we've got all these cameras set up here. We're in the dugout. How did this all happen? How did I end up having to be on camera, not just a voice for the podcast?
It's a little different, isn't it, this year? I think this is something that it's the great work that you have been doing. The podcast, 8 for 52, they've been getting regular followers. Back when I was playing cricket or when I was involved in cricket as a player, more than an administrator, what I'd noticed that anyone who used to score a certain number of runs, 35 runs or 40 runs or more, or get 3 wickets plus, their name used to come in a small column in a newspaper. And me, as well as many other cricketers, used to look at that as, that's a sense of achievement. What I'd noticed that a little bit of that became a mention on the podcast for local domestic cricket. And when people who are performing wanted their names to be heard. So I think the next evolution of that was, how do we get it more viewership? How do we get more people to tune into the podcast? And the logical solution was put it in front of some screens. Yes, and get some cameras on you.
Yeah, I like it. It's great. We're doing our first episode. You're speaking about, people looking at and finding out their scores. This season for Cricket Hong Kong China, we've got a brand new scoring system, Cricbuzz, who I've used before with ICC commentary. We did it for the ICC Challenge League B. We also did it in Thailand. So it's a very good system. What can you tell us about Cricbuzz?
I think we've been experimenting with, we had a system that we used for a number of years, which then suddenly went dead. wouldn't want to name that system but we have tried, experimented with a couple of systems. I don't think we have got the correct answer as yet. Hopefully Cricbuzz is the answer. So we are trying this out now, and if it works, hopefully, it's a tried and tested product. We've got good feedback from our other associates who are using it. ICC uses it for their pathways program, so we've used it with that. So it seems to be stable. I think it will serve our purpose. Domestic cricket in Hong Kong is quite unique because we are, most boards or most associate bodies or federations, they will cater to the top level cricket. We do everything from under 11s onwards. So our cricket needs to be played in pairs cricket. We have community cricket. We want tape ball cricket on it. So to get a platform that can cater to all sorts of leagues is a challenge. And I hope and I believe Cricbuzz is up to the challenge.
Now, speaking of acronyms with names with crick in it, what's going on with this thing? It's all over the podcast.
It's getting cameras on you cost a bit of money, doesn't it? We have to pay people to point a camera at you. So, it's something. Cricbuzz, what they've been doing is they have been slowly growing in the streaming market. They are now in Hong Kong. They are doing their partnering with Now TV. They are looking to showcase, bring world's cricket, either on their OTT or on their devices, mobile, Android, iOS platforms, or get it on TV. And this is something that we want to do as well. And one of the discussions with them is not only do they get the World Cups, the ICC tournaments, the Test series, the great matches, but how about get some of our domestic cricket on it as well? Get, if not the full streaming, highlight packages. And, we want to grow our viewership as well, not only across Hong Kong, across Southeast Asia. So, they signed up and they're interested. So we just managed to get them to help pay some of these costs for the podcast.
Well, we thank Cricbuzz. And I saw that the Cricbuzz app's going to be showing the Asia Cup as well as it's on Now TV.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Asia Cup, we were recording this one a bit earlier because you're about to fly out to the Asia Cup. That's very exciting.
Yeah, it's, the team has been out there for a couple of weeks now, and we are under a new head coach, Kaushal Silva. We hope, we will, the team moves upwards in a direction. And I think the 3 games that we are playing, it's truly able to showcase the brand of cricket that Hong Kong cricket plays. And, I think we do have the talent in our limited pool of players. We have performed well at the Asia Cup, both in 2022 and 2018. One thing I would like to highlight and point out is we are the only associate member country to have played in 5 editions. No other associate has played 5 editions of Asia Cup. So I think that's something to be very proud of. We somehow bring our A game for this tournament, for the qualifying tournaments, and we hope we continue to do so.
I don't think people outside of Asia realise just how big the Asia Cup is. It's massive, and I remember 2018 where Hong Kong really pushed it all the way against India. It's just a massive tournament. Of course, the India and Pakistan rivalry gets to be played out in UAE as well.
It's you're right outside, but in Asia we know how important the tournament is, and we know how much viewership it is. India, Pakistan, 1 billion people are watching it. Even India, Hong Kong, when they played last time in 2022, we had close to 1 billion people watching that game as well. So it's an opportunity for associate nations, and we are so grateful to Asian Cricket Council for having the vision to grow that from a 6-team tournament to an 8-team tournament. This in a T20 format. I think the one-day format will remain as a 6-team format, but for T20, I think it's important to grow. That's a format where more teams can compete in. And we would like to see the likes of Hong Kong, Nepal, UAE, Oman to compete more regular at these tournaments. And it also creates great competition amongst us to try to get there and to get this opportunity.
Now, some of those team names you threw out there, once you get back from the Asia Cup, you'll be back onto your massive pet project. There's hundreds of people working on it, I know, but it is one of your babies. The Hong Kong Sixers is back for the 2nd year after the pandemic. Can you tell us anything about that?
It's so hundreds of people. I wish there were hundreds of people working on it. It's each person doing 10 people's job. But having said that, I think we had a great come back to the Sixers last year, sellout crowds, amazing coverage. We had on fan code, on YouTube, on television, millions of people watching that. And I think we truly brought the tournament back. And it's not by any means an easy try. And in an expanded format. The last time we played was 8 teams over 2 days. Last year we played 12 teams over 3 days, and we had 3 days of sellout crowd. So I think we're building on that. We have seen far more brands being associated with it. We are seeing better names being associated with it. I cannot reveal any names now.
Well, that was my next question. Are you going to drop any bombshells, any goss? Are you still...
by the time this podcast comes out, hopefully there are a few announcements have already been made.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not at liberty to say right now, unfortunately. But all I can assure you that this year's Sixers will be better than last year's.
Wow, that's going to be amazing. Yeah. Now, while that's going on right now, in fact, we're recording it earlier, like we said, as you had to fly out. This is the first weekend of the 2025-26 Cricket Hong Kong China domestic season. How's that looking?
Well, packed. I think every year we see more and more teams trying to get in. We are very lucky that we have so much passionate cricketers wanting to play cricket and coming out every weekend to play. We struggle in facilities, we struggle in grounds. As we speak, we have been experimenting and trying to play cricket at other venues over the last couple of weeks as well. We just had our awards dinner, which turned out to be the highest attended in the last couple of years. So
I think it was the host.
You were the host of it. That's right.
That's why most people... No, I'm joking.
That's
I'm not taking credit for that one.
No, but the point is, I think it continues to get people onto the ground. It continues to be important and relevant. I know the players that play for those competitions will do everything and anything to win those tournaments. I know how heated it gets, when a fixture is changed. Because then a top team can't field their best 11. So I know how important it is. And that actually is the backbone of any domestic cricket. Because if the teams, the clubs, for them, if the trophy matters, then everything else follows through. That helps your national team, that helps your the performance on the field, and that helps to grow the game.
Well, once you get back from the Asia Cup and the players get back from the Hong Kong China team, we'll be doing the preview of it in the next episode 2. But I mean, we've got Premier League starting in September.
Yeah. Yes, it's we got Premier League happening. We got then you have the All Stars. We have our 3 international tournaments that we have every year. We have the Sixes. We are looking to host other international events. We are trying to work with China Cricket Association to host the ACC Challenger Trophy in the region. We want to host other maybe women's ICC tournament next year. We're trying to put a bid in for that as well. So we do believe that last year when we had the Sixes and we had the ICC Challenge League, it left a legacy on the ground, and people see scoreboard is now their permanent fixture. This year after the Sixes, the TV tower, the commentary rooms will be permanent fixtures left over there. The nets will be raised. So hosting events, not only, it always leaves a legacy for the venue, for the ground. And so we need to continue hosting events. It raises our profile. We now have a bit of a reputation that we are good host, and we're hospital host. And, the ICC Asia conference we held this year as well. And, I think we at Cricket Hong Kong pride ourselves to get the job done. So we hope to continue that and continue hosting more events in Hong Kong and raising the profile of Hong Kong, as a destination.
Everything you just said then makes it sound like I have a very busy 9 months coming up, and it means you've got even more busier time coming up. You've got to head off to the plane, off to the airport to head out to the Asia Cup. Mr. Ravi Nagdev, thank you for joining us on the 8 for 52 podcast.
Thank you so much, and great to be on the first episode of the video podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's time for the Cricbuzz quiz, where you put your cricket knowledge to the ultimate test.
Welcome to the 8 for 52 podcast's brand new segment, the Cricbuzz quiz. Every episode will be throwing 2 questions at you to see how well you know about cricket Hong Kong China. Some questions are easy and some may stump you. If you got the answers, drop them in the comment section of the 8 for 52 podcast's Instagram post or the Cricket Hong Kong China's Facebook post. We're selecting one lucky winner from the correct responses to be gifted a Hong Kong Sixes 2024 signed bat. And remember, just make sure that you're following either of the pages to be qualified. Okay, moving to question 1. With Asia Cup now underway, before the start of the competition, who is the 5th highest run scorers in T20Is for 2025? And for question 2, who is the leading wicket taker in T20Is in 2024? So there you have it, our first 2 questions of the Cricbuzz quiz. Do you know the answers? If not, we'll reveal them in the upcoming episodes.
Happy birthday to
Who's having a birthday in Hong Kong cricket circles? Find out in the Birthday Bonanza with Jazz.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, it's birthday bonanza time. No longer Buschy birthdays bonanza though, because I'm handing over the reins to Jazz. Jazz, we've got some birthdays to get through. Who have we got?
So, first, on September 2nd, we got Pul To having her birthday.
Oh, Craigengow Premier player, always smiling. We love Pul To. Happy birthday, Pul.
On the same day, we have Matthew Chappell's birthday.
Turning 56 years young. The man's got hair. I didn't know he had hair. For the first 2 years I played at the KCC Knights, he was bald. He just shaved it off. Now he's got this really good crop of hair. Happy birthday, chaps.
Next, we have Haroon Arshad having his birthday on the 6th of September.
Turning 26, Haroon, currently injured. Get well soon, Haroon.
And then, on the same day as well, Hassan Muhammad Khan is having his birthday.
1 year younger. He's 25 and he has just transferred across to Kowloon Cricket Club. So we'll be seeing him, I think, for the Templars in action. That's going to be exciting. I've been told probably the quickest bowler in Hong Kong. So he's going to move across to KCC. Happy birthday, Hassan.
Happy birthday. And then on the 9th of September, we have Chris Carter.
Chris Carter, also KCC, wicketkeeper, pilot, grew up in the same state of Australia as I did, always giving me hassle, Chris Carter. Still love him to death. Happy birthday, Chris.
And on the 11th, we have Nasrullah Rana.
From Pack and now over at the Asia Cup, Nasrullah Rana, he's only 23 years old. It's hard to believe he's been in the cricket lineup for so long. Happy birthday, Nasrullah.
And then on the 15th, we have Muhammad Waheed.
Even younger, just 22 years old. And he's over there at the Asia Cup as well.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's favourite bowling action, Muhammad Waheed. Nobody can imitate it.
And on the 21st, we have Yasmin Daswani.
Oh, what? The one from the KCC Maidens that Atif tipped for having a birthday. Happy birthday, Yaz. I think she'll be celebrating that one in London.
And then lastly, we'll have Ahan Trivedi on the 24th.
Even younger, 21, former under-19 Hong Kong China captain. Plays for KCC as well. A lot of KCC players having a birthday. So happy birthday to Paul, Chaps, Haroon, Hassan, Chris Carter, Nasrullah, Muhammad Waheed, Yaz, and also Ahan. There's the birthday bonanza for this episode.
Hi, I'm Ikra Sahar from the Hong Kong China women's team. Tune in to the all-new 8 for 52 podcast driven by Cricket Hong Kong China on CHKC YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Well, that brings to an end the first episode of the 8 for 52 podcast, Season 3, driven by Cricket Hong Kong China, proudly supported by Cricbuzz. We're on the couch, team. What do we think about episode 1 of the vodcast? First time we've got moving pictures.
Exciting times for you, for us. A little nervous to start with, to be very honest. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to go.
Excellent. Jazz, first time on the podcast, did the birthdays, the Cricbuzz quiz. I'm very excited. I think I know the answers, but I'm not sure.
You'll know in the next episode.
Oh, that's true. We will reveal them and somebody will win a signed Hong Kong Sixers mini bat. That's going to be cool. So many games of cricket, Atif. And I mean, we're going to do that each episode. What was it, 21 upcoming games in the next 2 weeks?
Exactly. I before starting that, I was like, oh, it's a piece of cake. But while sitting here talking about the games with you, I felt like the time is not, going anywhere. It's like stuck there. I mean, kept on talking and talking. But it was fun.
Yeah. And what are you feeling about that KCC Maidens tip?
I don't like you anymore.
Falls for the trap every time. So there we have it. A first episode in the bag. It's the 8 for 52 podcast, driven by Cricket Hong Kong China and proudly supported by Cricbuzz. Jazz, thank you to you. Thank you to Atif. And from Aaron Bush, I'm signing off.
Hit and run, that's how we get it done. Hit and run, that's how we get it. Hit and run, that's how we get it done.
The 8 for 52 podcast is written, produced and published by Aaron Bush, Atif Hussain and Jasmine Zito for Cricket Hong Kong China and Trip Ahead Limited. Copyright 2025.
They try to test me, but nobody could best me. Play with me, it's gonna get messy. They try to test me, but nobody could best me. Play with me, it's gonna get messy.